Well, very good morning to all of viewers watching Republic TV Live and breaking viewers. We're starting with our quick morning segment where we bring you news from across the country, around the world and from the realms of business, sports and entertainment. Let's start today with some news from across the nation first. ISRO ended 2024 on a high as it has successfully launched its SpaDex mission. The PSLV C-60 workhouse lifted off from the Satish Dhawan Space Center in Sriharikota and successfully placed 2 satellites in the desired lower Earth orbit. Now, ISRO chairperson said that the docking is estimated to take place on January 7. This mission is key to ISRO's future missions, and its success will make India the 4th country in the world with space docking technology after Russia, the United States and China.
I would like to say that the panels of the satellites have been deployed successfully. So congratulations to the entire team of the PSLV project who put the satellite in the right orbit. Also the SpaDex team who worked a very innovative, novel, cost-effective docking demonstration mission using 2 small satellite bus architecture. So congratulations to them as well.
And a delegation of students even met the Bihar Chief Secretary Amritlal Meena to put forth their demands. The State Home Secretary was also present in the meeting. Now, as for the students, the Chief Secretary assured the delegation that their concerns would be considered. Jan Swaraj Party founder Prashant Kishore said that he would begin his indefinite hunger strike from December 2, demanding the BPSC aspirants' concerns must be addressed. Meanwhile, police registered an FIR against 700 people, including Prashant Kishore, after the recent protest at the Gandhi Maidan. Governor Rajendra Arlekar also summoned BPSC Chairman Parmar Ravi Manubhai over the paper leak allegation. Protesting students are calling for the cancellation of the December 13 exam after students noted that question paper matched the model papers provided by certain coaching institutes.
आज उन्होंने दरवाजा कल शाम में खोला है, तो हम लोगों ने अपनी ओर से कोशिश की है कि छात्र जो जेन्युइनली इससे प्रताड़ित है, उसका नेतृत्व जो लड़के कर रहे हैं वो जाएं, सरकार के साथ बैठें। उन्होंने बात की है, उसके लिए उनका धन्यवाद कर रहे हैं। अब जैसा कि आपने सुना छात्रों से, उन्होंने बात सुन ली, समझ ली, ये कहा कि हम इस पर विचार करके निर्णय देंगे या निर्णय कर रहे हैं। तो स्वाभाविक है, जब वो समय कुछ मांग रहे हैं तो ये वक्त का तकाजा है कि हम भी उनको 2 दिन समय दें। 2 दिन अगर वो निर्णय नहीं लेंगे तो हम लोग स्वतंत्र हैं अपना निर्णय लेने के लिए। निर्णय तो छात्रों के हक में ही होना चाहिए।
And up next, Maharashtra Minister and BJP leader Nitish Rane sparked a huge controversy when he called Kerala a mini Pakistan. He also said that all terrorists voted for Gandhis. Now, he has defended his remark, asserting that it was meant to highlight issues of religious conversions and targeting of Hindus in the state. Rane challenged the Congress to disprove his claims, asking them to confirm no such groups influenced Wayanad elections. Meanwhile, the Congress leaders condemned the remarks, calling them divisive and baseless.
Religious conversions of Hindus into Christians and Muslims is become an everyday thing there. There's a very large amount of people happening there. I was comparing the situation same with Pakistan, where the way Hindus are treated in Pakistan, in our very own country, in our very own Kerala, if such situations happen, then we have to really think about it and we have to take an action against it.
And preparations for the inauguration of the rail link connecting Kashmir Valley with the rest of the India are nearing completion. The final inspection by the Railway Safety Commissioner is expected before January 15. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is likely to flag off the first Vande Bharat train from Delhi to Srinagar in January. Northern Railway CPRO Himanshu Shekhar Upadhyay confirmed the completion of the 17-kilometer Katra-Riasi section, including the challenging T33 tunnel. The 272-kilometer Udhampur-Srinagar-Baramulla rail link aims to connect Kashmir Valley with the rest of the country by a broad-gauge railway line. And the Kochi police arrested 2 people for allegedly assaulting an army officer at a camp held for NCC cadets at KMM College in Trikakara, who have been granted bail. Now, the accused have been identified as Nishad and Navas. The duo allegedly assaulted a lieutenant colonel. Now, as per the top police official, the accused were taken custody from their residences and their arrest was recorded after NCC officials identified them. The case was registered following a complaint from the officer. The accused face several charges including criminal trespass, intimidation and causing hurt while obstructing a public servant's duties. And Zakia Soman, who is the co-founder of the Bharatiya Muslim Mahila Andolan, outlined key demands from the Muslim women ahead of the proposed implementation of the Uniform Civil Code. Soman emphasized their long-standing efforts to secure the rights of Muslim women. Among the 25 demands presented, the key highlights include the right to meher for women and end to polygamy, child marriages and practices like halala. Now, Soman even expressed conditional support for the UCC, saying if these demands are fulfilled, they would lend their support.
अगर सरकार उसको कानून को पास नहीं कर रही है और यूनिफॉर्म सिविल कोड ला रही है, तो हमारी कुछ डिमांड्स है मुस्लिम महिलाओं की, उसको यूनिफॉर्म सिविल कोड में शामिल करना चाहिए। वो डिमांड्स क्या है? डिमांड्स ये है कि हमको मेहर का अधिकार मिलना चाहिए, हलाला जैसी जो प्रैक्टिसेस है उस पर रोक लगना चाहिए। ऐसे कुछ 25 हमारे डिमांड्स हैं जो अगर सरकार यूनिफॉर्म सिविल कोड ला रही है तो उसमें ये डिमांड्स इंक्लूड करे तो हम यूनिफॉर्म सिविल कोड का स्वागत करेंगे।
And up next, Arunachal Pradesh Chief Minister Pema Khandu will soon frame rules and implement the Arunachal Pradesh Freedom of Religion Act of 1978, which was dormant until now. The following announcement was made at the Silver Jubilee celebrations of the Indigenous Faith and Cultural Society of Arunachal Pradesh. Union Minister of Tribal Affairs Jual Oram was also present at the event. The act aims to provide for the prohibition of conversion from one religious faith to any other religious faith by use of force or inducement or by fraudulent means. Now, Khandu said that the act had remained dormant until September 30 when the Guwahati High Court directed the state government to finalize the rules under the Freedom of Religion Act within 6 months. And the National Commission for Women concluded its inquiry into the sexual assault of a 19-year-old student at the Anna University. The commissioner cited shortcomings in the university administration and police response. Findings of the NCW was submitted to Tamil Nadu governor and will be submitted and sent to the centre. The assault sparked statewide outrage with the AIADMK members staging protest and demanding arrest of all involved. Police have arrested one in connection with the case, but the opposition parties continue to demand action against additional suspects.
आयोग से टीम बना करके हम लोग आए हैं और आ करके हम लोगों ने 4 आदमी की कमेटी बना करके हम लोगों ने सारा रिपोर्ट लिया और रिपोर्ट लेने के बाद गवर्नर साहब को भी हमने अपना जो फंडिंग आया वो दिया है और यहाँ के बाद मैं आयोग में जा करके सारा रिपोर्ट दूंगी। वो रिपोर्ट आप लोगों को मिलेगा और मुझे विश्वास है कि ये न्याय आयोग के द्वारा, भारत सरकार के द्वारा होगा।
And now let's shift our attention to some news from the world of business. We're going to tell you about what you can expect from the budget 2025 up next. And billionaire Gautam Adani-led Adani Enterprises is all set to fully exit Adani Wilmar. Now, in an exchange filing, the company said that it will sell the stake in Adani Wilmar Limited to achieve minimum public shareholding requirements. Wilmar International has agreed to acquire 31% held by AEL in Adani Wilmar Limited. With this move, Adani Enterprises Limited will fully exit the Adani Wilmar platform. Now, according to the scheme of arrangement shared by Adani Enterprises Limited, Adani's nominee directors will step down from the board of Adani Wilmar Limited. The two parties have also agreed to take steps to change the name of Adani Wilmar Limited. In addition, it has been agreed between the parties that AEL will divest 13% of shares in Adani Wilmar to achieve compliance within minimum public shareholding requirements. And in a pre-budget meeting with Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, Hemant Jain, the president of the PhD Chamber of Commerce and Industry, presented a comprehensive set of recommendations for the ensuing budget of 2025. Key proposals including reduces tax rates for individuals and LLPs to 25%, eliminating the inverted duty structure in critical sectors like cement, steel and aluminium, and supplying business regulations to improve ease of doing business. Now, PHDCCI also called for a significant increase in capital expenditure from rupees 48.2 lakh crore to over rupees 51 lakh crore, along with a rise in infrastructure investment from rupees 11.11 lakh crore to over rupees 13 lakh crore. The industry body also pushed for reforms to expand India's manufacturing sector, targeting a 25% GDP contribution by 2030 and proposed extending the production-linked incentive scheme to new sectors. Taxation proposals included further corporate tax reductions, fast-tracking faceless tax appeals, and abolishing the securities transaction tax to spur investment. And the New York Stock Exchange paid a tribute to former U.S. President Jimmy Carter following news of his demise on Sunday. A moment of silence was held on the floor before the opening bell was rung. Carter died this Sunday at 100 years of age after spending roughly 22 months in hospice care. Once a Georgia peanut farmer, he served a turbulent term in the White House before building a reputation as a global humanitarian and champion of democracy. He defeated President Gerald Ford in 1976, promising to restore trust in the government, but lost to Ronald Reagan 4 years later amid soaring inflation. And in a move to enhance the security of digital banking transactions, the RBI has issued a mandate effective from April 1 of next year. Now, customers will be able to verify the account holder's name before making a transfer through RTGS or NEFT. This new feature, aimed at preventing errors and minimizing money transfers, will display the beneficiary's name when entering the account number and the IFSC code. The feature is similar to the safeguards already in place for UPI and IMPS. The service, which will be free of charge, will also be available for new beneficiary registration and bank branches. The RBI also assured that the feature will be compliant with data privacy laws, offering a more secure transaction experience. And the much-awaited Navi Mumbai International Airport, scheduled to be inaugurated on April 17 of next year, has successfully conducted its first commercial flight validation test, marking a significant milestone in its journey towards becoming operational. Now, as Indigo Airlines A320 aircraft landed smoothly on runway on 8/26 during the validation trial, witnessed by senior officials from the Directorate General of Civil Aviation, Airports Authority of India and other key agencies. The airport, designed to meet global aviation standards, is now gearing up for domestic operations, which are expected to begin in the second half of May. Now, with the validation flight complete, NMIA is also on track to receive its aerodrome license after technical data assessments by the DGCA. And moving on And now let's take a look at some of the top international stories that are making headlines over the day. Syria's de facto leader Ahmed al-Shara said on December 29 that it would take up to 4 years to hold elections in the country. The leader has been holding bilateral talks with various nations, shared his plans for the future. Shara, who leads the Hayat Tahrir al-Sham, plans to dissolve the Islamist group that led the country's insurgency. The leader further said that it would take time to hold elections as the country is yet to hold political dialogue within. Al-Shara is Syria's de facto leader until March 1, when Syria's different factions are set to hold a political dialogue to determine the country's political future and establish a transitional government that brings the divided country together. And the bereaved families of a deadly plane crash that killed 179 people urged South Korean officials on December 30 to recover the bodies of their loved ones as best as they can. Now, the horrific incident on December 29 was the country's worst aviation disaster in decades. The Boeing 737-800 plane, operated by South Korea's budget airline Jeju Air, skidded off a runway at Muan International Airport and slammed into a fence, bursting into a fireball. Now, the CEO of the aviation company has apologized for the incident and assured support for the families. Up next, a fire at a popular tourism place in Bangkok has killed 3 people. The incident occurred at the Ember Hotel, a famous backpacking hotel in the Thai capital. The fire erupted on the 5th floor of the hotel, though the cause remains unknown. 75 people were reportedly staying at the hotel at the time of the disaster. A diplomatic dialogue is underway following the death of 3 foreign nationals, as 7 victims remain under critical condition in the hospital. A probe has been launched to investigate the matter further. And the de facto government of Syria, led by Islamist group Hayat Tahrir al-Sham, carried out a security campaign near the capital Damascus. Dozens of new military police were deployed in Adra town in search of suspected militia. Since the ouster of President Bashar al-Assad, dozens of Syrians have been killed on suspect of being Assad loyalists, the vast majority of them from the minority Alawite community, now an offshoot of Shiite Islam that Assad belongs to. And following the death of singer Liam Payne in Argentina, a court in the country has confirmed charges against 5 people in connection with the singer's death. A former member of the boy band One Direction, Payne fell from his hotel room's balcony and succumbed to multiple injuries and external bleeding. A probe was launched on the basis of Payne's toxicological reports, which concluded that his body had traces of alcohol, cocaine and antidepressant. Payne's autopsy showed his injuries were caused neither by self-harm nor by physical intervention of others. The document also said that he did not have the reflex of protecting himself in the fall, which suggests he might have been unconscious. The crew of a tugboat was rescued when their vessel sank into the Mississippi River following a collision with a tanker ship in Louisiana. No casualties were reported, though the crew was taken to a hospital as a precaution. Now, reports convey that emergency crew are monitoring the area for a potential diesel leak. A court in Serbia has ordered the arrest of the parents of a suspected teenage shooter who gunned down 9 pupils and a school guard last year. The verdict came on December 30 following a year-long court proceedings. The shooter, identified as Kosta Ketmanovic, was 13 at the time of the crime and was too young to face the trial according to Serbian law. The shooting at Vladislav Ribnikar School in central Belgrade on May 3 of 2023 shocked the nation. Kosta's parents were detained soon after the shooting and charged with failing to keep weapons out of the child's reach. The shooter's mother was sentenced for 3 years in prison for child neglect. Police reports also say that the teenager called them after the shooting and calmly explained what he had done. Now, he has been held in a specialized institution since the shooting and has testified at his parents' trial. The proceedings were closed for the public except for the verdict when it was read. And moving on now, let's take a quick check of some of the top sports stories lined up for you. Operating at a level rarely seen in the game before, India's peerless fast bowler Jasprit Bumrah was on Monday nominated for the ICC Men's Cricketer of the Year award and also featured in the list for the best player in the Test format. Bumrah, who has left the Australian batters scrambling for survival with his incredible display of fast bowling in the ongoing 5-match series Down Under, has been nominated for the top award named after legendary West Indies all-rounder Sir Garfield Sobers, alongside England's prolific duo of Joe Root and Harry Brook, with swashbuckling Australian batter Travis Head completing the list. And Rohit Sharma may not have announced his retirement from Test cricket yet, but going by his body language noticed by former Australia coach Justin Langer, it may be only a matter of time before the Indian captain bids farewell to the longest format of the game. Rohit, the batter, has been a pale shadow of his once dominant self. And that was it from sports, but we have some entertainment and news lined up for you. Let's take a quick check of some top entertainment stories now. Legendary singer Asha Bhosle surprised her fans at her concert in Dubai with her stunning performance in the song Tauba Tauba. The song became a sensation when it released this year. Vicky Kaushal shared the singer's video and called her an absolute legend. Even the singer Karan Aujla reacted to Asha Bhosle singing his song and was mesmerized by her performance. And on the onset, it looked like Malayalam cinema had a good year with hits like Avesham and Manjumel Boys, but the Kerala Film Producers Association declared that as per box office collections, only 26 movies of the 199 releases can be said successful films. The association also said that the film industry is bearing a loss of over 700 crore due to the increasing production costs for films, especially the actors' salaries. Manjumel Boys, Avesham, Premalu, Adu Jivitham and ARM were the only entrants in the rupees 100 crore club. And that's a wrap on today's edition of Quick Morning, but stay tuned to Republic as I come back right after with more news and updates right up for you.